Hello and welcome to day 52 of Yoga for Dad. This is for my dad, in memory of my dad, to bring awareness to mental health and addiction in our country. So today let's do a little Vinyasa Flow. So we'll start in a seated position. Eyes closed, focusing on your sits bones making contact with the earth, elongating your spine, shoulders back, focusing on your breath. About allowing the small muscles in your face to relax. And we'll take a deep breath in, breathing in, and then breathing out through your mouth. Again, breathe in, and then out through your mouth. Breathing in, arms are going to go up overhead. Maybe your gaze follows. And then twist to the right, looking over your right shoulder. Arms come down. Hands are going to come up overhead again. Breathing in, facing forward, and then breathing out. You're going to twist to the left, looking over your left shoulder. And then hands are going to come up overhead again, facing forward, breathing in. And then breathing out, we're going to come to a tabletop position. And let's just do a couple cat-cows here. So breathing in, dipping your belly button down, gaze comes up. And then breathing out, rounding your spine. Breathing in. Focusing on the tops of your feet, making contact with the mat, pushing your hands into the earth, as well as your knees, and the tops of your shins. And then breathing out, rounding your spine. Bring your toes under as you come up into a downward facing dog. Doing whatever movement feels intuitive for you here. Maybe pedaling out, maybe coming up on your toes. Coming back to your breath. And even in this short practice, we can think about an intention that we'd like to make during our practice. And then we're going to look towards our hands, bending our knees and stepping into a forward fold. Releasing your neck, your head. And then pushing your feet into the earth as you round up into a standing position. Hands are going to come overhead, breathing in. And then breathing out, you're going to interlace your fingers, popping your palms to the sky. And then we're going to bring our body over to the right side, maybe pushing your hip over towards the left, giving yourself a side body stretch. And then coming up to center and pushing yourself over to the left side. Hip comes out towards the right. And then back to center. And let's bring our chest up and back in a little mini backward back bend. And then let's bring palms together. Hands come to heart center and then down by your side into Tadasana, rolling your shoulders back. Checking in with your stance. Maybe bringing a micro bend to your knees. Activating your core, your pelvic floor, or your Mula Bandha, that energy. feeling the energy from your pelvic floor all the way up to the crown of your head. Breathing in, hands come up overhead. Breathing out, forward fold. We're going to go through a sun salutation. So breathing in, halfway lift. Forward fold. Plant your hands on the mat and then step into your plank. And let's go all the way down. Forehead comes to the mat. Hands are by your chest as you push up into cobra. And maybe it's a mini cobra, maybe it's a full cobra. And then down. And push yourself up into downward facing dog. Let's bring our right leg up into a three-legged dog, bending your knee, opening up your hips, breathing in, releasing out. And then let's bring our knee to our nose, rounding the spine, kick it back up, and then using that energy to swing your leg in between your hands, coming up into warrior one, one breath, and then down, hands plant into a three-legged dog, straight leg up to the sky, and then release down. Let's go through a flow, so into your plank. And then we're going to go either halfway down or all the way down. If you go halfway, you're going to come up into your up dog. All the way, you'll go up into your cobra. And then downward facing dog. Bring your left leg up, bending your knee, opening up your hips. Breathing in, releasing out. Bringing knee to nose, rounding the back, kicking leg back up to the sky, straight leg, and then using that force to swing your left leg in between your hands, and then coming up to warrior one. One breath, plant your hands, swing that left leg all the way up into a three-legged dog, and then bring it back down. Let's go into a flow. So plank, chaturanga, up dog or cobra, and then down dog. Up on your toes, bending your knees, looking towards your hand, and either hop or step into your forward fold. Halfway lift, forward fold, coming up into standing, hands come up overhead, hands come to heart center. Then by your side. And we're just going to do that sequence one more time. Hands come up overhead, breathing in, breathing out, forward fold. Breathing in, halfway lift, forward fold. Plant your hands, jump or step into your plank, chaturanga, up dog or cobra, and then down dog. Bring your right leg up, bending your knee, pushing your hands into the mat. Knee comes to nose, rounding the back, kick that leg up. Swing your leg in between your hands, coming up into warrior one. One breath, and then bring your hands down, swing your leg up, all the way up, and then bring your right leg down. Let's go into a flow. Plank, chaturanga, up dog or cobra, then downward facing dog. Bring your left leg up, bending your knee. Knee to nose, rounding the back. Swing that leg up, and then swing it in between your hands, coming up into warrior one. And then plant your hands, swing your left leg all the way back, and then plant it down, pushing your hands into the mat. Breathing in, releasing out. Let's go through a flow. Plank, chaturanga, cobra or up dog, and then downward facing dog. One last time, we're going to come up on our toes, bending our knees, looking towards our hand and either step or hop into your forward fold. Pushing into your feet all the way up to standing. Hands are going to come overhead, breathing in. Breathing out, we're going to come into heart center. And then hands are taking a couple breaths here to refocus. And then we're going to go into one last flow. Hands are going to come up over your head. Breathing in, breathing out, forward fold. Breathing in, halfway lift. Forward fold. Plant your hands into your plank. And then chaturanga, up dog or cobra. Down dog. Bring your right leg up and we're going to come into pigeon. Bring your right knee towards your right hand. And your right foot towards your left hand. Then you can sink down into this pose, allowing your forehead to make contact with the mat, if that feels good. And then we're going to come out of this, push yourself up, and then bring yourself up into a three-legged dog. And plant your right foot down, coming up into a three-legged dog with your left leg, bending your knee. And then we're going to swing it into pigeon on this side. So let's make our torso really long. And then fold over. Coming back to your breath. Coming back to your intention. And let's come back up, pushing your hands into the mat, and we're going to swing that left leg back into a three-legged dog, and then plant it down on the mat, bringing your knees down to the earth. Big toes come together, knees out, and sink down into your child's pose. Taking a couple breaths. And let's come back up. We're going to come into our inchworm. So our hips stay up, and then we're going to walk our hands towards the front of our mat. Bring your forehead or chin or chest onto the mat. And let's sink all the way down. Bringing your head, your forehead to the mat where your third eye is, and maybe rocking back and forth. Bring your hands by your side, your arms by your side. Maybe your cheek rests on the mat. So we're going to come into Locust Pose. So taking one breath here, breathing in, and then breathing out. We're going to breathe in and come up. Our head's going to come up. Our arms are going to come up and hover. Feet are going to hover. And then release. Rest with your other cheek. Couple breaths. Breathing in and releasing out. We're going to go into locust again. So breathing in, releasing out. Let's breathe in, coming up. Maybe this time you interlace your hands behind your back, bringing your chest up, feet up, maybe a little bit more. And then release. Pushing yourself up into a seated position. We're going to bring our right foot inside of our left thigh. Breathing in, arms are going to come up overhead, making yourself very as tall as you can get, and then hinging over. And then coming up, we're going to bring our right hand to the back, and then let's bring our hips all the way up, reaching, feeling the reach from your toe to your fingertips. And then releasing down, switching sides. Arms are going to come up overhead, breathing in, and then hinging at the waist. And then walking your hands back up, your left hand is going to plant behind you, and you're going to push your hips up. Arm comes up, feeling that nice space that you're creating in your right side body. And then releasing down, both feet are going to shoot out to the front. Arms are going to come up overhead, breathing in, and then releasing down. Coming back up, feet are going to plant onto the mat, and let's release our body all the way down. Let's bring our knees to our chest. Come up into a happy baby. So grabbing the outside of your feet, the pinky edge. Maybe this is enough and stillness, or maybe you'd like to create a little bit of movement, rocking back and forth. And let's bring our knees to our chest again. And then we're going to just allow our knees to fall to the right side, looking over your left shoulder. And then coming back to center, allowing your knees to fall over to the left while you look over your right shoulder towards your right hand. And let's come back to center, releasing your feet to the mat. And then we're just going to come into, get ready for our Shavasana. So hands are going to be by your side. You can also come into a comfortable seated position. If you're lying down, allowing your feet to fall out. Coming back to your breath. allowing your body to rest for a couple minutes. Shavasana. Bringing awareness back into your body. Maybe wiggling your fingers and your toes, rocking your head from left to right. And when you're ready, rolling over to one side. Taking 1 or 2 breaths here. And then when you're ready, pushing yourself up into a seated position. Hands at heart center, eyes closed. Coming back to your intention. Gratitude for sharing your energy with all of us today, with me today. Maybe extending the merit of your practice or dedicating the merit of your practice to someone or group of people who may need it. The light within me honors the light within you, as we say, Namaste. I hope you enjoyed the class today. If you are enjoying this yoga journey, please subscribe, like, and share. We will continue to work on our yoga practice and spreading mental health and addiction awareness for our 365 days of yoga. And I will see you again tomorrow.